prove it, I'm ready to do it, I can't be afraid now. Put me on the stage now, I'm ready to rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. This time, like the last time, you better get ready to race to the top. I'm ready to do this, show you what the truth is. I step on the field, it's time to get real, I'm feeling so ruthless. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Yeah. So what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made of. Get in the game, your moment of fame, show them what you made of. It's time that we stand up, it's time that we man up. For anyone asking who is the best, we putting our hands up. My time, nothing can keep me from reaching the top. This time, like the last time, I'm moving so fast, I'm ready to ride. I'm ready to throw down, it's time for the showdown. I'm ready to rise, don't be surprised, I'll take on the world now. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. My town, my crown, we know what it takes to be reaching the top. We reaching the top, we reaching the top. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. My town, my crown, we know what it takes to be reaching the top. We reaching the top, we reaching the top. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up, I'll never go back down. Hand over my heart, I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop.
Oh, I need you unmuted to be able to see if it works. But I do want to say good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to round number 5 of the Bonehead Racing Rookie Series. You're gonna have to excuse me here for a second as I am attempting to get my Discord stuff to work as soon as I can find it. I am joined here tonight by Jordan Kuntz, which, if you could talk for quick, Jordan. And no, that's not working. Okay, good to know, OBS. Thank you for completely messing up. Alright, Jordan, give it another shot. No. No, it's not. So I'm just going to go ahead and... I'm just going to do desktop audio. So now people should be able to... what's it called? Should be able to hear Jordan. And you know, Jordan, since now we're at Auto Club, we're almost about halfway in the season. So... But the next week is the throwback race. So what kind of throwback paints do you think you'll be seeing next week going into Rockingham Speedway?
Well, I don't know, but I think the more important part of that, we're halfway through. After this race, we'll be halfway through the regular season, so we will have a really good idea on who's looking strong going into the playoffs at Charlotte in a couple of weeks.
That is true, and you know, with the chase right on the edge, because right now your points leader is, I do believe, Kyle T. Bishop. So, and he's currently sitting on pole position with the fastest time. But once again, this track is more so a draft track, if I'm not wrong, Jordan.
Yeah, normally Auto Club turns out to be a draft heavy track. You'll see a big pack of cars. They'll be 3-4 wide at times, as there's a big wreck on the backtrack. The 20 car is flipping as a result of a 3 wide. Hopefully we don't see that tonight, but that happens whenever we go 3 wide here at Auto Club. But it could create some interesting opportunities where people who have not been as quick in past races could be quicker because of the draft, keeping them up to pace with the quicker cars. So maybe see a bit of a mixed up field, maybe see some new names up front, and maybe we'll see a different winner.
Well, right now, since Daniel wasn't able to show last week, the challenge that we have is no longer really there. So, that could definitely be a really interesting thing to have happen if someone does get that 3 in a row, to get that little bonus with the challenge of Beat the Coons. But since we have about 3 minutes left here in practice before qualifying is taking over, these guys have about 2 laps for qualifying. Then after that, we are straight off to the race. We have about 28 people that showed up here tonight. So a little bit shy of 30, but that should definitely help with the amount of cautions that we have been having the past few races. It seems like a lot of the guys that had a penalty given out from last week is not showing into this race. But with that being said, we don't fully know who's who, or who's a troubled driver or who is not. But there is another driver that did get suspended for the rest of the season. That is the 41 of Alex Schwint for exceeding our penalty point system by going to 10 penalty points. And if you hit that 10, you are done for the season. You will not be allowed to participate in any more events for the remainder of the season. But now with that being said, last week's winner, the number 88 of Justin Amisak, is here tonight as well. So that's going to be a decently interesting one to see if you go back-to-back wins like Daniel Pretorius did. But once again, that number 3 did manage to beat this 88 on fuel strategy the past few races, such as Nashville, Iowa, and if he showed up to Chicagoland, then most likely it would have been Chicagoland as well. So, and as someone said to refresh my prints, unfortunately I will not be able to refresh them right now, but I will do that actually real quick. with a target on the back. I do apologize for that one. Was not meaning to do that. And that's exactly what I did. I did just close and reopen trading paints. So, there we go. Good old 26 is back at it with the custom number. I guess Trading Paints was having a few arguments with iRacing. And I did try to re-download Paints, so thank you again, Sidewinder, for letting us know about that. And we'll see what happens here as the checkered flag has been revealed at the end of the session. 28 drivers, so that's 28 opportunities here tonight for points. As we're waiting for our first cars to take the grid, as the number 2 will be the first one out on pit lane in that number 2 Dodge Ram. Followed out by the 041, 028, 37, 33, 62, 70, and 10. So we'll see what kind of lap times these drivers can put down here at Auto Club. This is going to be one of the more chaotic tracks for lap times, as it will be a decently long lap time, maybe around the 50-second mark to 40-second mark. So we'll see what these guys have in store for Auto Club Speedway. But on top of that, our first road course is coming up soon. I'm going to pull that up as he is going into turns 1 and 2 to start his lap time. On April 10th, 2026, we'll be at Road Atlanta for 86 laps, apparently. We may shorten it just a little bit, but the lap times are about a minute. So that's about 86-ish minutes or so. And if we do minutes to hours, that'll be about 1.5 hours. So we'll probably shorten it for sure. But next week we are at Rockingham for Throwback Weekend at The Rock. So the top of the board goes to that 37 of Kyle Bishop with a 40.78, or sorry, 738. As he will be going around, and so far he is up on his lap. Not by much, but Cody McDonald will snag away that second position. So we'll see what these guys have. Daniel Pretorius goes second quickest with a 40.853. That number 37 is still the quickest car on the track, as he has completed all of his laps. However, this number 3 is going a little bit quicker, not by much. So we'll be able to see if he is going to be able to either tie or do a better lap time compared to that 37. And not quite. DG Swiss has taken on to the grid, as he has qualified in the 12th position, but that number 88 goes third quickest. Never mind, that is overruled by that number 28 of Nick Salesberg, as he is going to round out his lap this time by. So far he is not up on his lap time. And down the back straightaway, he is losing ground on his best lap. But almost everybody is qualified and ready for the race. Jordan Kunis will be rejoining us here shortly after qualifying and after warm-up, when he is done going through the basic rules for all these guys. And Nick Salesberg was not able to improve. However, The 48 is out on his lap, coming back around to take the checker for him. And he's going to drop a load of apron. Not quite, but that will not improve his lap time as he has qualified in the 5th position. The number 20 is out to take his first qualifying lap. With only 13 seconds remaining in the session, he will not be able to complete it unless if somehow he could activate the NOS on that truck and go around as quickly as possible. But that is it. Time is up and he will not be able to qualify for the event. However, we can confirm that we do have a total of 30 trucks going on the grid tonight. Jordan Kuntz is going to be going over the rules right now in the race. So we'll be seeing if someone or people are apparently going to go out on the track while he's going through the rules. As this 25 will get a penalty for exiting pit road unsafely, as we saw it live here on Auto Club Speedway. Track lights should be turning on soon, as we will be having a nice sunset race going into night. So hopefully this will not be a caution fest, as this is a decently long track. But once again, another thing about Auto Club Speedway, it is a wide track. So these guys should be able to give everybody enough room here at Auto Club. But now one of the other things on this track is the high line can sometimes be the dominant line, but the low lane is definitely still the quickest way around the track if you know how to use it. However, granted that we have a wide racetrack, I would not be surprised if we see some people maybe will take it 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide on some points of the race. With about 2 minutes left to go here in warm-up, we're going to see if this number 3 has anything to get 3 wins, or maybe perhaps that number 88 to get 3 wins here tonight at Auto Club. So, right now, the only 2 drivers that have managed to pull a win is that number 3 and at number 88 during the points season. However, we did have another winner. I do believe it was the number 48, if my memory serves correct. Or it might have been, no, it was the 82, I do believe, sorry. But that's not going to do anything here tonight unless he plays his strategies right, as he has been kind of more a mid-pack towards the front pack type of driver. So we'll see if this number 82 has anything here tonight at Auto Club. About 37 seconds left on the clock as he is practicing his pit road entry, which is a decently nice, smooth little deal. Nick Salesburg is joined by the 70 on the outside, which are all SFR Racing drivers. So, between the two teams, SFR Racing and HFA Racing have been two of the most dominant teams on this series so far. However, there are other teams on the series, such as Dynamic Duo Racing or Swiss Army. Now, the Swiss Army team have been pretty consistent. Same with Dynamic Duo. However, the two dominant teams are SFR and HFA. Now, track lights are officially on, and we're gonna get ready to go here at Auto Club Speedway. So, I guess here we go. But now, normally we do our driver picks here, but granted that Jordan Kuntz is currently away. We're going to wait for him to come back to do our driver picks, which in that case would be, for me, I'd probably go with someone here, but I'm not going to go with who just yet, as the grid has officially taken over, and we're gonna get ready to go here tonight at Auto Club Speedway. On the front row, we have Kyle Bishop in the 37 and Daniel Pretorius in that number 3. Row 2, we have Nick Salesburg in the 28 and Justin Anizak in the 88. Row 3, we have Joshua Heibug in the 48 and Ethan Evers in the 08. In row 4, we have Thomas Davis in the 33 and Dalton Hayes in the 47. In row 5, we have Joey Creech in the 62 and Mike E. Allen in the 29. Row 6, we have Cody McDonald in that number 10 and Scott Heidman in the 041. Row 7, we have Lennon Mish in the 15 and DG Swiss in that 26. Row 8, we have Jeremy Clapper Newell in that number 2 and Devin Black in the 42. Row 9, we have Ty Smith in the 25 and Luke E. Reed in the number 8. Row 10, we have Jeremy Seacher in the 23 and Seth Owens in the 97. Row 11, we have Robert Arnold in the number 70 and Anthony Lane in the 82. Row 12, we have Justin Liger in the 028 and Ryan White-Jart in the 38. Row 13, we have Oren Fizerski in the 95 and Matthew Stern in the 4. And then rounding out, I do believe, unless we have, that's rounding out, will be Corey Schultz in number 20 and Chris Roberge in the 98. Which I know I probably butchered the number 95's last name once again, even though Luke E. Reed told me how to say it. So he's probably going to get a good laugh out of that. But pace car lights are finally off. And we're getting ready to go live for round number 5 here in the Bonehead Racing Rookie Series. Kyle Bishop will bring him to the green flag, followed by his teammate on the outside lane. And then right behind them, they have the 28 and the 88. So we'll be able to see what exactly all happens here tonight. I am drinking way too much water, as I am nearly empty of water now, so I might have to go crank it up to refill. Pace car is going to pull off this time. Driver putting it down into second gear as the pace car will make the hard left turn onto pit lane. Right about there, I would say. Yep, right there. Pace car's off. And we say, let's go racing from Auto Club. That 3 had a great start, but now everybody is looking around here, trying to find their way around, as we are 3 wide further back in the pack between number 8 and a few other guys. Never mind, we are back to 2 wide racing coming off of turn 4, but that 37 will come down to lead lap number 1. Nick Salesbury, on the other hand, has his hands full with the number 08. We're going to go a little bit further back here to the number 38, as he, as of right now, has quite a bit of company back there, as they are 3 wide, almost making it 4 wide, but they will not make it 4 wide coming off of turn 2. And it looks like they're going to perhaps double file out. Never mind, they are not double filing out going into turn 3, but now they go back to double file racing. Never mind, back to 3 wide, further back in the pack, back to 2 wide. There are plenty of action going on around here at Auto Club Speedway. I just wanted to jump up here to the 33. Joined by the number 2 right behind him, but that 33 is looking to the inside of the 62. And that 62, as we have a car sideways, almost going back around into the field. That is the number 29. Not quite sure what happened. They were going to look back in the replay, as he could have perhaps got loose. No, Nick Salesbury just came up the track, getting into the back end, and that just caused that 29 to get loose, and then came down in front of the number 8 machine, and then shooting back up the track in front of the 2, as the 2 got rear-ended by the 28, bringing a little bit of pile-up coming up off of turn number 2. That's not what you want to see early on in this race, but once again, this race is fairly long, as we do have everything correct with tire sets, fast repairs, and fuel. But once again, the past few races, we've had early cautions and then had a really nice green flag run. So we're probably getting ready to get set up for that green flag run here at Auto Club, as we're going to see if anyone wants to come down pit lane besides the wrecked cars, and it does not look like a lot of guys are coming down. The 88, on the other hand, is coming down pit lane, as we have someone fake it off a pit road. Unsure what this 88 is going to be doing, as it looks like a majority of the field does come down, but they should not have infinite tire sets. So they could just be coming down pit lane to top off on fuel. which it looks like a majority of them are doing that. As I want to welcome Nathan Ward to the booth. Welcome in, Nathan.
I finally actually had some time to get back in the booth, boys. I am back today.
Well,
Finally. Oh my god, I'm here.
Well, we just had our first caution.
Oh my god, how convenient! That's amazing. I just got home maybe an hour ago from my little out of town trip, so I'm glad I'm back.
Well, I mean, you and me have both been busy this week. I have a friend in town in which she is still currently here.
Well, I've been busy for the past, 3 weeks and wasn't really able to be in the booth. I'm just glad I'm back, honestly.
Well, hey, we're at Auto Club, so...
Yeah! Oh, God, my favorite track! Oh, my God, it's even better!
Which, by the way, NASCAR, if you're watching this, you suck for taking this track away.
No, seriously, actually, if I'm being real with you guys that are watching this at home right now, I really wish NASCAR did not take this track. It was a good track for Next Gen Racing. It was good for track for the other 2 series. I really wish NASCAR did not take this away. They took something great from us. I really wish they kept this track. Oh my god.
But hey, we just got the 1 to green signal. Jordan Kuntz is still away, so we're going to wait for our driver picks on who we think is going to win this race here tonight. Now, Nathan, you've been away for quite some time. Daniel Pretorius did not show last week, but that number 88 has 2 wins now. So...
Isn't he the Chevy truck, right? He's the Chevy truck, right?
The Chevy truck right there.
Yep. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
But, once again, so far, the most dominant teams have been SFR and HFA. So...
Well, sure, I hope Daniel can get a win tonight. That'd be pretty cool. He will be my pick for tonight's race, of course. My pick will always be Daniel, because why not? He's a fast driver. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and we'll see what happens.
I think I'm gonna
go with green, so.
I think I'm gonna go with the underdog pick, though. Which I know who I'm gonna pick, but I'm not gonna say it until Jordan gets back.
Okay. I'll just see who you're talking about as soon as you get back in.
But pace car's gonna pull off this time. We're getting ready to go back to racing here at Auto Club Speedway. We're gonna go on board with the 041, so you guys can see what a restart is like here at Auto Club.
Let's go 5 wide racing, you bunch of hot dogs.
Welcome back, Jordan Kuntz.
I had to pull that out of my rear end. I had to think of something before they started going.
Look, there's another driver that we haven't seen up front a whole lot. That number 26 of DG Swiss, he's up front. So, that's going to be pretty cool to see. But now I'm going to say my pick. My underdog pick is going to be this number 95 right here.
Oh my god, Lightning McQueen. That is so funny. I didn't think it would be something like that tonight, but okay. We'll see what the 95 does. I'm curious.
Now, Jordan, what would your pick be for tonight?
Well, after seeing all the strategy that took place under the first caution, I think the 88. I love the idea of pitting, taking fuel, and being able to cut this race, having the option to cut this race 1 pit stop shorter.
Well, that is very true. And Nathan, your pick was a number 3, correct? Good old Aussie.
Is, indeed.
The Australian from Australia with 2 wins, but on top of that, he's back-to-back wins. But there's what you see in his rear view mirror as everybody is trying to break the draft around. But this number 26, on the other hand, he's making his way up as he's passing one of his teammates for the 4th position.
I see we got a bunch of Dodge in here.
And, I gotta say this. I'm happy to see Dodge back out here. It's
a sight to see for sure.
It's nice to see him. So, but now the 38, on the other hand, further back in the pack, he has fallen off the pace with a few other drivers that still have a little bit of damage. That number 8 looks to be pretty well maintained, but that 28, or sorry, the 028 has a lot of front end damage. Now this is quite the sight to see. The 2 HFA drivers pulling away from the pack as Daniel's now making his move to the inside lane. Jordan, would you be doing that this early on into the race to get past your own teammates?
Well, we can go about 30 laps on fuel, so to an extent, you may want to just sit behind them and just use them to save fuel and maybe make it the pit, maybe make it one less pit stop. But if you want the clean air, maybe it could be better for tires, better for the balance of the truck, then you go and you push for the laps led.
That is very true. And you know what? I gotta step away real quick. I gotta get more water. So Nathan, Jordan, take on the booth for me while I'm gone.
Okay, well, Mr. I have dementia every single 5 seconds is gone. We'll go ahead and commentate for you guys. I was gonna say, Jordan, my honest strategy, I'd probably go with the handling of the truck so I can be able to have that clean air. I mean, yeah, you could go ahead and fuel save, but honestly, I'd probably still go for the handling just so it makes it easier on my tires. Because honestly, I think tires are really going to matter at a track like this. This track is pretty big. So, if I'm being honest, I'd probably just go with the handling. So if I could try to get around my teammate, I probably would. So.
I mean, this is where I'm going to disagree. I think you want to fuel save. I think the time that you would save from making one less pit stop will override the time lost from having maybe a poor handling truck with worse tires.
I mean,
because
honestly, Jordan,
at a pit stop here, you
work,
lose a
though.
lap.
I guess. I mean, anything could work, though, if you do it correctly, so. We'll just have to see what happens tonight, honestly. Whether it'll be leading races and having a good handling truck, or being able to make this race one pit stop short, so.
Yeah, well, these trucks, they're all single filing out. There's a few double wide in the mid pack, but it's really just a huge single file train. We're really setting up for a green flag pit stop here, which should be expected to take place from around lap 25 to 35 in that range. I was told before the race that we can go around 29 laps on fuel, so some people may try to cut that short, go for 25 laps each stint. So 25, 50, lap 75 they would all pit. But some people, especially the 88 who pitted, are going to try to fuel save and pit lap 34, 67, and go to the end.
Well, you know, one thing I want to add to that, Auto Club is not your average racetrack. It is extremely rough on the backstretch, but, you know, that gives the track kind of character. And, you know, Jordan, how would you think that would affect tires in the long run?
Well, the bumps on the backstretch may add character, but they're never going to affect the tire wear down a straightaway that much. For this, maybe in a bit of a fuel-saving race, you're always going to save more tires, but in general, it also depends on the line you're running. How hard are you sending it into the corner, and how much wheel input and slip you're getting through the corner. So, like, I've been looking at Danny. I've liked his line a lot better. He's entering higher, taking it down to the bottom of the track, and exiting lower than the leader, his teammate, and a majority of the field.
Yeah, you know, that is very true, but on top of that, it looks like Danny fell back in line behind his teammate. Now, when it comes to these draft tracks, one thing that I've known or noticed is, well, especially on Daytona, Talladega, or even the newly reconfigured Atlanta, is if you're out in the lead, you're going to be using the most gas compared to everybody else because you don't have to be full throttle if you're behind someone. But now, at a track such as Auto Club, that draft will be your best friend for maybe the opening laps until you start getting into the run, and then that draft will start pushing you wide.
Yeah, but Danny, he just tried a slingshot move. He went high in 1 and 2, something different from previous laps. He got a really big run with the draft. Down the backstretch, he was side by side through 3 and 4 with his teammate. Now he falls back in line, entering lap 17.
Yeah, and you know, there's 28 on the other hand. He's been up front for the past few races, but he has fallen back considerably, all the way to the 13th position as he's getting passed by number 15 of Lennon Mush, which we haven't seen this 15 in a while. So this is pretty cool to see him back out here, but that 28 on the other hand, I think he's falling back more than he's going forward.
Yeah, but what could it be down to? It could be that he noticed that he wants to make it on one less pit stop. He wants to try to go to lap 34. So he could just be fuel saving, could be part of his strategy, or he could just be lacking pace compared to the field. I guess time will tell, but
you know, this is a question for both of you guys. Since there are only 4 tire sets, how would you use them? Would you try to use them right away, or are you going to just slowly ease them down? Or maybe give yourself one extra set if there's a late race caution to happen.
so a lot of these people, I think they're going to try to do 3 pit stops. So that's going to leave them with 1 extra tire set that I would try to save for the end of the race for a late race caution whenever you need it the most, whenever it can be most helpful. But for the people who are maybe trying the 2-stop strategy, they're going to have 2 extra sets of tires, so they're going to have a bit more play in it come to the end of the race.
That is
So
true.
it could create some different strategies where people might be a bit more risky on taking tire sets if they're going with a certain strategy.
What would you say about this, Nathan?
Well, if I'm being honest, like it could be anybody's race, no matter what strategy you use. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you could do one strategy and then do a next, and someone else could be doing something completely different, and you could still have somebody from the back somehow win the race. So, I mean, yeah, you could go ahead and try that strategy if you want to, but like I said, it can be unpredictable at times. So, don't try to get your hopes too much. But hey, if you can do it, go ahead and do it. That's all I gotta say about that.
Well, yeah, you know, you make a fair point on that.
You
but
just
on
gotta
top
be
of
confident. That's always how it's been. Just be confident about it, and honestly, I think your strategy will work. So
No,
we'll see.
that. No, yeah, especially with long races like this. Like, this isn't like, 25 laps. You gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's what I think a lot of these drivers have started to learn throughout the weeks. That we're not a league that does, we do like 50 lap races on intermediates. As the 82 started to come down there as they are 3 wide going into 1 and 2. And that'll put the 82 in the sandwich or the suck zone.
That 97 truck is really clean. I really do like that.
What, the good old Gravedigger?
Yes, sir. The one that Kevin Harvick ran. Yes, it's pretty clean.
You know, I totally forgot Kevin Harvick ran Gravedigger.
Yeah, he did. I think it was in 2020. I think 2020 or 2021. But either way it goes, he did run it. It was a pretty clean car. So I'm glad someone is running that tonight. Honestly, if they could get that in victory lane, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and you know, with that being said, on top of that, it's Auto Club. It's a 2-mile track. So, well, okay, it was a 2-mile track. So,
You know, honestly, Russell, what would you think about making Auto Club of all tracks a super speedway? That would just be the widest Talladega, honestly.
okay, you
A
know,
weird wide Talladega.
I'm gonna pull the Jordan card on here, and it's basically already a super speedway.
I mean, technically it already is, yeah. You're right about that.
Especially with trucks.
It just needs more banking so you can go flat out.
Yeah, while you're focusing on the battle for 14th, there's a battle for the lead now. The 88 had just passed Danny on the high side of the track. He's going to try to get a run on his teammate, Kyle, for the lead. Whereas we're about to hit the quarter mark through this race.
Whoa,
Kyle looks like he's
DJ!
really tight
Or
on the
DG!
exit.
26 got into the wall there, got a little loose. Thankfully, he was able to
Well, you
save
know-
it.
I'm gonna say this.
As Just goes to the outside now of the leader.
don't count out this 26 just yet. Because we saw he was right on their bumper, and we had kind of a three-way battle for the lead. But that 37, on the other hand, is holding off on the race lead. As now he goes low. Jordan, do you think that's a little bit of a strategy, or do you think what do you think is going on there?
I don't exactly know. I think but for strategy, we're about to figure out what everyone's strategy for the rest of this race is. When they pit here is going to determine if they're on a 2 or 3 stop. The pit window is open for the 3 stop now splitting it into quarters.
I was gonna say with both of you guys, I like how I'm not sure if this is intentional, but I think the teammate, Danny's teammate, is actually helping him by keeping Danny into the draft, allowing him to stay in front. Oh, he gets into him a little bit, as you can see there, but on the front straightaway, his teammate gave him draft, so who won't allow the 88 by. So I think that's some team effort coming from the 2 cars in front. Honestly, that's why they're still up there. So.
Well, once again, that 88 is a pretty high IR driver. So, you know, if there's someone that I would want to look out for, it would be this 88. Because between him and Jordan, well, if he went 1v1 with Jordan, Jordan would probably wipe him, no problems. But I still wouldn't count out this 88 at all.
That poor 028 car, he's slow on the racetrack.
You know, I think he may be saving his fast repair. Because right now, if a caution was to come out, he would get his lap back.
Free pass driver, huh?
Yes, sir. But that 38, or not 38, the 37 on the other hand, he's going. Here, there, gone, I guess. But that 88 on the other hand is looking on the low lane, well, the extreme low lane, as there are multiple lanes that you could run around here at Auto Club.
Looks like the 08 is giving the 3 a push.
Not
Gave him a
quite.
little push, looks like.
He was definitely there. Now, these trucks have had major aero changes as well. So...
Ooh, the 88 must have got way too close to that wall. He's really slow. Oh my goodness, they are just pushing each other on the front straightaway there at the top 3.
Yeah, and you know...
This is getting interesting.
Granted that everything is going on right now, but that 26 on the other hand, he's looking for 4th. So, could this be the 26's night? As we have a little bit of a driver push wide. That 47, which I do believe the 47 is also on the Swiss Army. Yes, he is. Dalton Hayes is on the same team as DG, alongside the 15 and 08. But right now, that 88, well, hold on. The 98, on the other hand, has slowly made its way up once again. So, now, Jordan, this is a question for you. When it comes to these draft tracks, do you think they take more strategy compared to like a short track or like Nashville? Like, would you say that these race have more skill in compared to those, or do you think those other tracks have more skill compared to this?
I think this track has a bit... It's not as skillful, but it's a different type of skill. Because for these where draft is really important, you want a teammate. You want to pit on the same lap with your teammate, so that whenever you exit the pit, you still have the benefit of the draft. So it'd be interesting to see if teammates will pit together, as the 37 and 3 car are going to be pitting this lap. Along with Ty Smith and the 25 car, who's in 7th spot, so 3 out of these top 8 cars in this main pack are going to be pitting this time by.
Well, right at the 30 lap mark.
And this also puts them in an interesting situation. I don't think they would be able to make it on 1 more pit stop. I think they're going to need 2 more pit stops. If they can stretch it to lap 33 or 34, then one more pit stop as possible, but any earlier than that, it's going to be a stretch.
Well, here's my question. Since they're pitting now, do you think they're banking on a caution coming out, or?
They'll need a caution, I think, to bail them out if they want a chance at winning this race. I think the 2 pit stop strategy will be quicker than the 3 pit stop strategy.
I know that is very true. But I'm just wondering when these top 3 are going to start coming down as we have more drivers coming down pit lane. But my focus are these 3 drivers right here. The 08 is out front, in which, if I'm correct, Jordan, he does get a point for leading a lap.
That is correct, he does get a point, so anything to help in his chances of making the playoffs.
And which I think
As the 08 announces he's going to pit this time, so there's one of the first 3 to fall.
I'm wondering if this 88 might go with him. I don't think he is. No, he's not.
Well, the 37 he got checked up behind the 08 who is pitting. Daniel goes to his outside, and this should be the battle for the net lead of the race. It may be 18th place on track, but this should be the net lead right here, as Danny takes over that spot.
So, and we're getting closer and closer to the halfway point. So, Nathan, what's going through your mind as we're getting to that halfway point in this current state, since green flag pit stops are happening and stuff like that?
Well, if I'm being honest with you, Russell, I think what I'm thinking about right now is, oh, boy. I honestly don't know. I think I kind of lost it there a little bit. Whoops. Oh, well. I guess, just as long as they keep their, keep the truck clean, I think they'll honestly will be fine. Green flag pit stops will honestly run as smoothly if they want, especially that 88 truck. He stayed out earlier. I mean, he pit earlier. He got fuel, so he should be able to run a little bit more longer than everyone else and being able to shorten his pit cycle, so that way he can only have to worry about doing only a couple of pit stops, so he doesn't have to do 3. But we'll see what happens with that number 88 truck. Hopefully his plan goes his way like he wants to. So
the 8
we'll see.
The 8 and 10 just came down pit road alongside the 041. But I'm going to check in on my guy, the number 95, as he's coming down pit lane as well. So, a team strategy, perhaps?
Probably so. If I had to guess.
So now, there goes DG. And oh wait, if I was 88, I would start maybe wanting to look at that pit road entry, as he does look at that pit road entry, and here he comes down pit lane.
Yeah, and I actually think the 88 is the net leader of this race on strategy terms. He only has to do one more pit stop. Everyone else who pitted earlier in lap 30 to 33 are on the edge of making it. I don't think they're going to make it on one more pit stop. They have to gain a lap, an entire lap back, on these people doing one less stop.
Yeah, and that's probably the most painful feeling when something like that happens, is when the first caution came out, you didn't pit, you're kind of screwed. But, once again, maybe there's a different strategy involved for some of these guys, like the 3 and 37. But, when it comes to high I rating strategy, Jordan, what are you looking at in that case?
I'm looking at the 88. That was an experienced move to pit under the caution that happened in lap 2. Come down, take fuel. He knew it was a draft track. He knew it'd be fairly easy to pass, make moves, and get back up to the front of the field, and put himself in the right position to, save the fuel and to make one less pit stop.
Not to interrupt, but my drink has combobulated itself on my monitor screen, so now I have to watch it. Wipe it. Give me a second, boys.
Another driver I kind of want to take a look at is this 25 a little bit. He's currently in 8th. Well, Ty Smith, on the other hand, he had really bad luck last week at Chicagoland. And, I can't blame him. He got upset, stuff like that. But look at what he's doing now. He's top 10. So, in your mind, Jordan, do you think that makes up for Chicagoland considering how well this race is going for him?
Well, I think it's all in the mind of the drivers. Does he think he's doing a good job? Did he give it his all? Did he do the best he can? Because, for me, if I'm not doing the best I can, no matter what the result is, even if it's a win, then it's not really good enough.
But, you know,
Hey, Russell,
yes, sir.
I do got a good question.
Okay.
Why does the number 25 or 26, whatever number that is, have his number on the freaking rear quarter panel?
That is a good question. That's a good question for him.
What in the Bristol All-Star race am I looking at? It's a beautiful scheme, I'll give you that, but the number's in the wrong spot. But hey, you know, anything goes. It still looks good anyway. I was just curious as to why it was there.
Look at his roof.
Oh. Oh my
You
God.
know, I'm going to say this. It goes well with the paint scheme.
It does go well with the paint scheme. I'll give him that. It's a really good paint scheme. I'll give him that. It's just a little bit oddball considering it's NASCAR, but you know.
But another thing I want to say is, new leader, the 37. So
Yeah, leader's 37, but the net leader on the strategy game, I think at the 88, he's 6 seconds back from the lead, just passing the 62 now for 6th spot. I think you should really be focusing on him as the leader. That is your main race. Kyle is not racing anybody else but Justin.
we'll go on board with him for a quick second. You can see the gap right there under his position. He's 5.5 seconds behind the race leader. Now, Jordan, with 60 laps to go, that time could be definitely made up in that amount of time, right?
Well, he just gained 3/10 the last lap, so I think we see what will happen as tires fall off and on different strategies. I don't think he's going to get the lead before Kyle pits again. I think he's just maybe going to get to like 4th place, get to DG, and then he's probably going to even off and not gain much time. But of course, since it is a 3-way battle for the lead, they could just cost themselves time with battling. The smartest thing for them to do is just get together and try to push through it and gain as much time on Justin as possible.
Yeah, you know, as the 47 does sneak around the 3 to take over the 2nd position, I'm wondering, maybe is Daniel conserving tires, fuel, or did he burn stuff off?
He might be conserving, if I had to guess.
Which that is very true.
Which might be a smart choice, but you know, hey.
But you know, that 88 on the other hand, he's moving. So he's working his way. He's working. As we're gonna go over here to the 26th, we do have a little bit of a battle for the 4th position, and DG will either lose or gain on the 08. It looks like the 08 is gonna be on his outside, coming down back straightaway, going into turn 3. So yeah, he will be a little bit past DG on that outside lane, but that 08. Jordan, do you think that 08 is going to get it at the line, or do you think DG might have something for come off at 4?
The 08's definitely going to get it. He clears DG for 4th position. Let's just see, maybe a good strategy for them is to work together to gain back up to the top 3 people in this race. Might be their best strategy, best hope to salvage something out of this race. But they also need to start looking behind them as Justin is closing in. He's gained about 0.8 of a second since we last spoke about him.
Yeah, and you know, right now, 2nd and 3rd are both battling pretty hard right now. So I think that could cost them quite a bit of time, if I had to guess.
Probably will. I mean, if they're battling, I mean, they're just slowing each other down because they're side by side. No one's not really able to pull away from each other and gain time, so they're probably just losing it, just staying next to each other, honestly.
They only lost a 10th last lap, but something very interesting I found is that Justin, who had no draft, set the same exact lap time as Kyle, who had draft off the 38 car, a lap down car, who just got put a lap down.
That is fairly interesting. I wonder if he's being... Huh. I wonder if he's conserving anything, considering if he's,
Well,
you know...
I think he might be, but at the same time, maybe they're banking on a caution because there are going to be a few cars lap down, such as the 828, the 028, and the 38. So, whichever one's, I do believe, furthest in front. So, I mean, do you think the one that's furthest in front, Jordan, is going to get the lap back, or is it the one furthest at the back? Because I honestly forget how the lucky dog works.
It's the first car lap down, so right now it'd be the 38 of Ryan.
I was gonna say the lucky dog, it's the same thing as the free pass.
Okay.
And
It was just wording, that's all it really is.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So,
if you got the free pass,
thing
it's
we
the
did
first
not
car
mention
a
that I
lap
just
down.
now realized is the 28 car. It looks like he ran out of fuel and had to coast it all the way to the pit stop, and eventually had to tow to make it to his pit box and get back out on track.
I feel bad for that 28, man. Like
I do too.
He's shown consistency throughout the entire season so far. So,
I hope he's able to bounce back, honestly. I hope he is able to.
I think the only way he'd be able to is if there's a caution that would come out. As the 38 gets into the outside wall off of turn 2, that's not what you wanted to see happen, as maybe that was a little bit of a fender bender for that 38.
I think it's a bit silly that 38 was battling with the leaders. A bit silly. Maybe you should just let them go and ride behind them would be a smart move.
True.
He is the lucky dog. As long as he doesn't get in a wreck, he'll get that.
Well,
But now he has damage.
but how is that damage going to affect him?
Well, I think it can affect you really negatively. Like the 8 car of Luke, he had damage. He didn't take his fast repair from the lap 2 wreck, and now he's a lap down. He's actually the second car lap down, just entering turn 1 now, so well behind the 38 car.
Hope he gets the lucky dog eventually.
Well, I think, when it comes to the strategy, if they stay out, they can get the lucky dog once they hit 2 to green. Well, technically, a
But
lucky
then they
dog,
would be
but
compromised on strategy.
yes.
They would.
Or they would have to pit that time and maybe take 2 tires.
No, that wouldn't work. You pit anytime you lose the wave around.
Ah. But this 37 and 3, they're doing a little bit of a dancing deal right now. Or, sorry, the 3 and the 47. And, Jordan, if you are the 88, which, there he is, he's coming for him.
Up to 4th.
He's hunting them down. That's what
Up
he's
to
doing.
4th, less than 2 seconds behind the top 3.
When I do the late model stock races and I get in the rhythm to where I am starting to hunt people down, this is what it basically is. You get set back a
Start
little bit.
flying.
Yeah, that's what you do. You just gotta know
And
how.
of course he has 5 lap pressure tires.
But then you gotta also know how to manage your tires. So,
Well, he has 5 lap pressure tires and he's on the better strategy. A strategy that will
very true.
cost the other top 3 a whole lap.
Well, the whole lap, yes, but on top of that, this 88, Jordan, he's pretty dang good. I wouldn't say
Yeah,
he's...
the 88 may be good, but the 47 just threw one heck of a slide job on Daniel and cleared him for a second, and then Daniel did the undercut and got back past.
Now here's the real question: is he as fast as Jordan though?
Oh. Jordan, go throw down some laps.
I won't comment.
Now here's what we're gonna do, Jordan. We're gonna send you out there. You'll be our it'll be the Kuntz mid-race interview.
I said just in race report, honestly.
No, the
In-race
track
reporter.
the track surface report.
Reporter. I don't know anything. Anything
Well,
works.
the pit window is open for the people in 3 pit stops. Lap 50, it opens. They'll probably, since they pitted lap 30, they'll probably be pitting somewhere between lap 55 and 60. But it's definitely open. Lap 50 is when it opened for the 3-stop strategy.
15 came down pit lane. So,
But I feel like even if these top 3 cars who are on the 3-stop strategy want a chance of winning this race, they need to pit early and start getting the undercut on the 88. As the 88 is here on the top 3's door. But he's also in the wall.
Come on, Justin. Hang on to that thing.
Well, he got no damage from it, so he's still good to go.
But you know, that 47 on the other hand has fallen back quite a ways. So, but this
Yeah, but
88,
he's not out of the draft yet.
But Jordan, look at the gap with the 88. He's under a second officially, so.
He was under a second when he hit the wall.
How hard do you think he's going to be pushing this truck as of right now?
I think he just needs to push it as hard, but not too hard, as hard as he can without overdoing it. He's in control. This is his race to lose with the strategy he's on. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't cause a caution that will derail this race for him.
Well, hey,
Almost
he's going for
190 miles
third.
an hour.
He does make the pass for third. However, what are these two drivers out front going to do?
Probably major block him. Probably, if I had to guess. We'll see.
I mean, we got 47 laps to go, so I mean,
As the 88 with a power move on the outside to drive it into turn 3 really deep, get to the outside of Daniel, and sort of steal the draft from his teammate.
well, that 37's back with his teammate, so
Yeah, 37's playing it really smart, giving the draft to his teammate to maybe give him a chance to fight down in turns 1 and 2. Daniel drives it deep. Justin backs up the corner entry, looking for a better corner exit to maybe get a run on the 37.
They're major blocking right now. Look at this teamwork happening between the two Fords against the one lone Chevy that's right next to them.
well, you got two Fords, one Chevy, and one Dodge. Toyota is nowhere in the picture in this.
TRD's probably really mad right now looking at this, wishing they were
88
there.
clear of the 3, 47 battling the 3 for third. He looks like he's going to be clear of him entering lap 56.
Well,
I wonder if
So
the 37's
Daniel,
going to go to the outside here.
What a terrible lap for Daniel. He goes from 2nd to 4th place.
and here
Oh, he
comes
stays
that
way
88.
up outside. 37 will take back the lead momentarily.
I think he's going to try to go around the inside, maybe.
He might try
No,
to
he's
do
going to
that.
try the outside again. The 47 is now looking to the inside. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead, maybe exiting turn 4.
The 37 is keeping it there.
Yeah,
The
but the 88
is
take
leading
control
now.
of this race.
And yeah, the 88 is in the lead, so you know, maybe that 88 will pull around the 37 for a little bit. No one
Yeah,
like
but
the
a key
88.
move just happened.
scratch
Right,
BHR
that.
actually.
is
win,
right behind the
so.
37.
Slide job. He's doing a slide job. He's slide jobbing.
Oh, hold on, off of turn 2.
Oh, he's underneath them. They're side by side right now. It's like, never
Yeah,
mind.
but
This
his
camera angle
teammates are
sucks.
2nd and 3rd who can help each other out. The 88, no teammates, on his own, lone wolf against 2 teammates who have been in control of this race for the entirety of it.
The closest teammate to the 88 is currently in 7th. So,
I think he's just enjoying himself being back there. They're making a move again. Here we go. Slide job. Oh, he's gonna do a freaking crossover. Look at this. Oh my god.
Oh,
this is
no.
amazing. Oh, it's not gonna work. Yep, it's not gonna work. The 37 is now in the lead again. Daniel behind him. looking for a opportunity to pass the number 88. Let's see what he does.
Well, hold on. We got. If some of these drivers are watching, make sure you're looking at the fuel that you have left. We're getting pretty dang close to another round of green flag pit stops.
Oh my God! Look, here they go.
Yeah, Daniel and Kyle's teammate Cody, he's in the pit road now, getting service and getting some fuel. So definitely getting about that time.
And here comes the 25 to pit lane.
Slide job. Oh my God, he couldn't do it. He was getting too tight off the bottom. He was getting squeezed a little bit there.
Well, hey,
trying to make a
47
move.
is pitting this time.
The what?
As the 47 goes to the
He's
inside of
making
him,
a
will
move.
not allow him to pit unless the 37 has to back out of it.
And he does. But here comes that 38. He may be a lap down.
Daniel looks like he's trying to pit as well, but the lap car of Ryan is getting in the way.
Oh, 88, 3, and 37 come down pit road.
The 88?
That was not really a good strategy call unless he pre-planned that this entire time. Who knows?
You know, I don't know.
It might work.
But that does put
Might
the
work.
47 out front, and that'll give him a bonus point too. So, Jordan, do you think the race off of pit road this time is going to decide the winner, or do you think there's still more than enough race left?
There's more than enough race left, but Daniel, he just slid through his pit box. He's going to lose, it looks like 7 seconds, maybe 10 seconds now. But they still have to make another pit stop, but Daniel, with that mistake, is out of this race.
Now it's up to the 37 to do something. There goes the 88.
The
Looks like the 88 might actually lock the win in here.
I don't know. There's still quite a bit of race left. We have 40 laps to go. So, the sun has completely set here at Auto Club Speedway. Well, that puts the 98 in control of the race. So, there's going to be quite a few bonus points going out here tonight. What do you think, Jordan?
Yeah, quite a few bonus points going out for the multiple leaders we've had this race due to the 2 green flag pit stops and opportunities given to other drivers because of earlier pit stops.
Wait, well look, there's Danny right there. He has lost quite a bit of time. So, I think Danny...
From the looks of it, he's lost about 7 seconds to the 88.
Sitting currently in 14th position. So, when these drivers eventually pit, I do believe the 88 will become the race leader?
Oh, as he nearly avoids the 42. He about just rear-ended him and spun him out.
Whew. Well, there's the 028.
Tomfoolery.
The 028 took his fast spare, but there's also the 28 right there, Nick Salesberg. And there's the 29.
That 88 car is just hauling, dude. He's gone.
Well, that is true. However, the 48 is right behind the 98. So if he gets past this 98, he will get a point for leading one lap. And there he goes to the inside of the 98.
He's trying to get one point. He wants that 1 point.
And one
Look at him
big
try.
thing to note, these two people, they both pitted on lap 36. They were the people who stayed out the longest during the first pit cycle.
Wait, Nathan, the 97 on the other hand, the Gravedigger truck, well, he's sitting in third.
He's in third. he's sitting in third. That's amazing. I love that. That's my underrated pick for tonight's race. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, I'm going to take a little step back and go over here to the 95. He's in 18th, so I don't think he was the pick to go for. But, you know, it's good to change it up from the dominant drivers, you know?
495, he's getting dog hated on that guy. 495, oh my god.
97 to pit lane.
The
So-
97, Owens is down pit road.
That he is. Same with the 82, 23, and I think that might be it, unless if this 98 does come down pit lane. Which we'll see if he does.
If they can just make it to lap 70, that's a pretty safe lap that they can make it on to the end, but the 48 won't be able to make it. He pits this time.
Ooh. Well, once again,
I think that's the 98's
one thing
move here.
One thing I want to remind everybody about. iRating is your skill set, technically. That's the round the range skill that you have that will pair you with different drivers. However, we do have a wide variety of IR. The 48, 2600. The 88, 4700. The 3, 1500. The 26, 2008. And then we look to the 25, 1800. But then
98 is pitting this time.
But then when you go to Jordan Kuntz, 9800, or not 98, Jesus, 6800. So now, Jordan, this will put the 88 back in control of the race, correct?
Yeah, back in control of the race with another pit stop left to go. I think I was a bit overdoing with how much fuel the drivers could save. I got told 29 laps. I thought maybe it would be possible they could save 4 laps. I don't think that's quite possible with how they've been running. Looks like they can only go around 32 laps max, so definitely another pit stop for everybody in this race.
Yeah, and you know, with how well this race has been going, like, holy.
As a lap car, really racing hard with the leader trying to get his lap back.
Well, trying to prevent him from going a lap down again as well. But it looks like...
Well, I mean, if I was a lap down car, I would want to try to at least stay ahead of the leaders still as much as I possibly can.
But you know, the top 5 right there, 88, 37, 08, 98, and 47. So, I would say a lot of these guys, they're probably right where they want to be. What do you think, Jordan?
Well, I don't think they are right where they want to be. Right where they want to be is in the main pack with the leader in the draft and able to have a chance at winning this race. It looks like it's going to be really hard for anybody to catch the 88. Kyle has the best chance out of anybody, but it's still going to be a huge uphill battle.
Well, that for sure, but another driver I want to go back here and take a look at is the number 3 of Daniel Pretorius. He's currently in 7th, so he's not fully out of it, but if there's no caution, it's pretty much game over for this number 3.
This may be a good opportunity for Daniel just to go extremely long on this stint. Go to maybe like lap 90, 95 and take fuel only. Don't even take tires on the last pit stop.
Lap and go.
Throw it all, throw everything he has at it to maybe salvage something. Maybe salvage a win with a late race caution.
Or maybe this 98 might shortstop it?
I think they're just banking on a caution. I think they're going to pit really late and take the minimum amount of fuel needed with no tires.
Or maybe 2 tires.
The 2 tires would take too long. They only need like 1.7 or 3.4 gallons of fuel to make it.
Yeah, that is true. But we're going to go back here to the 88, see what we got going on here. The 041, looking to the inside a little bit there, but... the 37, on the other hand, has company with the 08. So, you know, Jordan, well, also Jordan and Nathan, points are very important now since we have a completely reworked chase system. So,
What, did you make wins be more than what second place is? Or what was going on here?
there's no win and ins.
I'm saying like
The
points
chase
difference.
the chase system rewards consistency and well also wins, but we're about almost 5 races till the chase, right, Jordan?
I think it's 4 races, 5 including the All-Star race, so like 5 weeks.
And you know, there is one road course in the chase, Watkins Glen. And that's in the first round, I do believe. But once again, points don't reset after each round. They only reset at the start of the chase and going into the Championship 4. However, the Championship 4 format is a little bit more unique. If you score wins during the chase and you are a chase driver, that gives you a bonus point. Now, if you win 2 races, that gives you 2 bonus points per win. So, so Jordan or Nathan, in the chase, how important do you think finishing positions are going to be for those rounds?
Probably pretty important. I mean, if you're not consistent enough, then you might as well. I don't know. Honestly, that would be your decision to decide if you're not really able to get to where you want to be in the chase. You're gonna have to be really, really consistent. Is all I gotta say about that. If I'm being honest with you.
For sure on that. But on top of that, the 62 and 48 both came down pit lane. So, watch out, 88.
The 88, he's been having a heck of a battle with these lap down cars. They are fighting really hard to not go a lap down. They're costing the 88 to lose half a second to the 37 these past couple of laps.
But you know, the 37 still has company with that 08. So, I would be interested to see what is going to happen. I want to see if this 08 is going to make an aggressive move to maybe one heck of a slide job, or maybe he's going to wait till the last lap. Later, we'll go to the onboard with the 88. You see the 08 and 37 right there. They're not too far back. They're about 2 seconds back, Jordan, if I'm correct.
The 37 and 08 are a little over 2 seconds back, and the 47's 3 seconds back from them.
Oh, I just realized Daniel is now in 6th place.
Well, one thing I do want to mention here, SFR and HFR, or SFR and HFA are both 1-2. But Swiss Army is 3, 4, and 5. So they're going to have one heck of a points day here at Auto Club. On top of that, Jordan, what do you say that will guarantee a few of them into the chase?
Well, I don't know, but what I'm going to focus on is DG. He's pitting. He's the earliest out of the top 6 to pit. He's going to get a massive undercut on the leaders if they choose to stay out any longer. This could be very beneficial if he can tires even off a lot quicker than I think they will.
Do you think he's going to go with 2 tires or 4 tires?
He'll go with
gas?
4 tires this early.
Well, I was
going to say, if I was pitting this early, then I would have went with all 4s.
Yeah, he's going all 4s, but that will put
He goes
him
all 4, but the first radio message that just came through, and it's the 88 complaining about the lap traffic.
He's probably like, I can't get by on the 42, it's just giving me crap.
Well, I guess tires evened off pretty dang well in the most part, but that 37, he's gaining time.
That's the most Kyle Petty thing I've ever seen. If I've ever seen one out of the 42, that's amazing.
He's driving a Kyle Petty, right?
Yeah, that is a Kyle Petty scheme. That's amazing. It works really well with what he's doing right now.
But you know, DG may be 1 lap down, but that is definitely going to play into a factor coming to the closing laps, right, Jordan?
I think we're just going to have to see what everyone does. If everyone takes 4 tires, then he's definitely going to gain a lot of positions, at least initially, once everyone pits. But if everyone stays out as long as they can, take fuel only, I'm really interested to see how 4 tires will work.
For sure. And you know, I don't even remember how many top 3s in a row that some of these teams have had. So, if you were the 88, would you start planning on pitting soon?
I would just focus on what the cars behind are doing. The 37 and 08. I would kind of base my strategy off of that. You have nearly a 2-second gap. You have a 1 lap of play in it. You can pit 1 lap later than them. So just see what they're doing and based off them, no need to take unnecessary risks this late on in a race with the strategy.
Yeah, you know, one thing I want to say is that 42 looks like he may have taken away the 88's racing line or preferred line. That's the high line from the looks of it.
Yeah, he's probably really mad that the 42 is staying up there, not letting him go by, even though they're manufacturer teammates. Oh well. 42 is going up way high. Oh my lord.
Yeah,
Well, it
47
worked for him, though.
also made a pit stop.
yeah, that is
It worked
true.
for him though. The 42
with
is now
4
passing.
tires.
Oh my god. What
Two
a
is-
freaking hornet's nest.
2 is coming down.
88
Oh my
coming
god.
down, I think.
Hey, you know what? We'll go to our blimp can. There you go.
The hornet's nest down there.
There's a
Mix
battle.
it in with some old tires and new tires, and you have a recipe for a caution.
That is very true, and you know, the 82 also came down pit lane. Same with the 33.
Oh, I thought that was the... Okay, I guess not. The... Oh my goodness. They were so close to contact right there. Good lord.
Yeah.
Daniel gets a huge run,
The
but
98,
unfortunately wasn't able to do anything about it.
the 98 on their hands in 5th, Jordan. So, that's pretty good to see. But that 88 finally got around that 42, but now it's going to be the matter of can he get around the 041.
Or how hard will the 42 fight back? Will the 42 try and move on the 88 and just cost the 88 more time?
Also, another driver that came in, 95.
It's Lightning McQueen, and also I was watching those two battle, you ding dong. Come on.
Well,
Oh,
we got
well,
a little bit of the pack going on now.
we do. We got a hornet's nest right in front of them.
That is
That
true.
04 is also in the way, and there's just dirty air everywhere. I bet you that 88 is like not happy right now because the 42 held him up for so long. Now he's stuck between like
Yeah.
5 cars.
You know, the first thing that comes to mind when you said that, Nathan, is you remember that video of the monkey in the metal door trying to get it open or get it out? I think that's
Yes.
kind of like what the 88 is trying to do. He's trying to get out of the dirty air and just break the door open to where he can
But he
get that
can't.
clean air.
He's stuck in there right now. Look, the 42 is right in front of him. Oh my god. Is not having a great day right now. Look at this.
He may not be having a great
Oh,
day.
here he
decides
comes.
to hit now, but he
Oh,
actually
he is
gained on
hitting now.
37.
37 is not coming down pit lane.
37 was like, I'm staying out.
What about the
Let's see
3?
what the strategy is from the 88. If it's 2 tires, 4 tires, 2 tires could work being this late in the race.
The 95 is back in pit lane.
95 is back in pit lane again. Bro, are we serious? What's going on here?
Bad luck.
He got a black flag for speeding or exiting unsafe pit exit.
Too fast down pit road.
Okay, so he's got 2
As
tires.
3 car of Danny's pitting this time.
2 tires only. No, 4 tires for the 88. Daniel's coming down pit lane, as well as you just said, Jordan. Is the 37 coming
Intimidator
down?
is coming down pit road.
No, it's not the Intimidator. It's the Australian Intimidator.
The Intimidante. There we go.
But the 37 is staying out. We come back around to 15 laps to go. Watch out for the 62. Now,
I wonder what this 37 strategy is, bro. Is he going to stay out all the way, or what's going to go on through his mind here?
I think he has to go. He has to pit at least in 5 laps.
Daniel misses his pit box again.
Bro, are we serious, Danny? What are we doing? No.
37 is
That's
coming
gonna
down
cost
pit
him a
lane.
look 2 to 3 seconds.
That will put the 98 in control of the race. Jordan, does he have enough fuel to go all the way? I think he
I
has
don't
enough
think
fuel.
he does. I do not think he does. I think he'll make a pit stop with like less than 5 laps to go for a splash and dash.
Flash and go.
37 is now getting back out on pit lane. Or getting off pit lane,
And he
sorry.
overshoots his pit stall. That's going to cost him 1 second.
Ooh. Well, there's the 3 truck of Daniel Pretorius. But, hold on. Hey, Nathan.
What?
97 will be in second.
Oh my God! Please,
no.
97.
No, yeah, he will be in second.
Please, 97. Please do me a favor and win, bro. I need you to win.
He needs to do
Oh,
one
buddy.
more pit stop, though.
Oh my God.
As your current top 3, once everyone pits, is the 88, 47, 26.
Whew. Well, we're getting closer and closer to crunch time, so go get it at this point.
Well, the 26 has just been overtaken by the 08, so DG's in a net 4th place. Ethan's in a net 3rd place.
420 and 028 all come down pit lane. So
The 37 with that little mishap on pit road net puts him behind the DG by 4 seconds. Behind the leader by 7 seconds.
well, you know, Jordan, we could very well be looking at another first-time winner if that 98 decides to come down to do that splash and dash. Which if you had to guess, around what lap do you think he would come down?
I think he's going to wait as long as possible, just hoping for a caution. Hoping a caution comes out. I think his strategy is just based around a late race caution that shakes the field up.
You know, that could very well shake the field up, but it would also give an opportunity for other drivers to get back on the lead lap. So,
I mean, right now he's only 11 cars on the lead lap due to him staying out.
that is true. So, 98 coming down pit lane. Nope. Well, there's 95 on their inside, but that 98 is getting help from the 25 going into 1. '97 is still in second, but the 88 is coming off of turn 4. So, Jordan, do you think that 88 will get past the 98 coming to the closing laps here of the race?
I think he will, just because of the pit stop, but the 88, or no, that's the 82, they have the same paint scheme, is really charging his way through the field, going for 16th place.
That is true.
As the 97 is pitting this time.
97 is pitting this time. Oh man, not the best paint scheme on track. Ah.
As he breaks really early going into pit lane. It's going to be interesting to see what this 97 does. Is he going to take tires, or is he going to just take gas and go?
Whatever the case may be, please just take the gas and go.
10
I
to
guess
go,
we might as well
though.
get tires.
He's going tires. 2 tires or 4 tires?
Well, I guess this is the 88's race.
4 tires.
Here comes the 98. We're gonna
Unless some caution comes.
we're gonna go on board with this number 88 and see. You see that gap? It's closing. That 88.
98 also taking tires. It looks like it's going to be 4 tires for him as well.
I
Yeah,
probably-
88
2
is
tires,
really
2 right side tires.
I don't think that's what I would have done. But, you know, that 88, he's back out front. Then it's 08 and 47. So, 8 laps to go this time by. You know, Jordan, I'm going to say this. I am very well impressed by how well these guys have been doing tonight.
Enough to get in 3 green flag pit stops in a run that's lasted nearly 90 laps.
Well, when we get to 4 to go, I do believe that will be 90 laps of a green flag run. So, the 37 in 4th and the 26 in 5th. So, those are the top 5 right now. And, Jordan, if you had to take a wild guess on who would be locked in to the chase, just based off of performance, who do you think you would say would be definitely locked in going into the chase?
Definitely Justin, Danny, and Kyle. Those were there, and maybe even Ethan, and Dalton as well. Those were the top 5 standout drivers of the night. They were all battling for the lead for like 30 laps, 30 straight laps, and they've all managed to stay near to the top 5 the entire race.
Yeah, you know, this definitely is pretty nice to see. All these nice runs, and on top of that, how consistent some of these drivers are. And you know, Jordan, maybe they will pose a challenge for you going into the Cup Series.
Anything's possible.
So,
I mean, I think as long as you, Russell, stay out of my way in the Cup Series, I think I'll do all right.
what is that supposed to mean, huh?
Jordan, you don't plan on killing him, do you? Oh, good lord.
Hey, we got a battle for 3rd going on coming up between the 37 and the 47. As a matter of fact, I think the 37 did get past the 47. So, perhaps tire fall off is more in effect compared to what we thought it would be, Jordan. What do you think?
Yeah, the tire fall off is definitely quite big. There was over a second, nearing 2 seconds tire fall off as we get to 5 laps to go in this race.
Man, that 47 is definitely lifting off more and more. So, I think that 47 might have burned off his tires. Or is he out of gas?
I think it would just be a tire fall off.
Well, he was
But
shaking
the battle
his
is
truck back
definitely
and
going to
forth.
be for 5th coming to the end of this race.
Well, DG is still quite a ways back, Jordan. So,
It's Daniel that's catching up to him.
oh, good. Well,
Caught up to him 8/10 that lap. Of course, DG pitted really early compared to everybody else. So tires are really falling off for him, it seems. Daniel really gaining on him, gained 8/10 last lap. Mounting a challenge for a top 5 and a sort of a recovery drive after messing up overshooting his pit box twice on pit road.
well, I think we know Daniel well enough to that's not common for him to do it twice.
It
Well,
cost him 10 seconds
Here we go.
in total.
Daniel's looking to the inside of that 26. He will snag that 5th position away, but caution flag comes
caution.
out. The 041 goes around
And the 95.
Lightning
Oh
McQueen is
my
not having a good day,
God.
bro.
This is not what you wanted to see coming back to get 2 laps to go.
Commentator curse, dude. Or maybe I should shut up sometime.
It was... Oh, they
oh,
almost...
no.
It was Netco that brought out the caution.
Netco. Dude, that was netcode. Oh my god. There's no way.
Come on.
I reckon y'all gotta fix your stuff, dude. That would have been fine.
What happened? The 041!
Oh, the old boy! He's back with the
Gets the 95 caught up. We'll go on board with the 95 to see what he saw coming off of turn 4. The 98 got into the wall from the looks of it, and then it was just netcode from there on. And the 041 just didn't hold the brakes.
That will be the end of the 95 right there.
Oh, Jordan, what do you do now since the caution flag came out?
Oh well, give me a moment and I'll look and I'll see what they're going to do. But tires fall off 1.7 seconds, so I think they're all going to pit here. Take 4 tires. If you're maybe in the back half of the top 10, you take 2 tires, try to get track position and gamble. But if I'm the leader, I'd be taking 4 tires.
Well, you know, if
This
it was,
also really bailed out DG, giving him a chance for a top 5, as his tires would really hit a cliff.
well, you know, Jordan, I think if I'm the what's it called, the 88, I would have "you gotta be kidding me" moment right here. So, Danny overshot his
DG 2
pit
tires.
stop. Danny overshot his pit stop again.
Dude,
Oh, wait,
Danny,
47
come
DG,
on.
2 tires. 88, it's taking 4 tires. 37 took 4 tires. 88 from 1st to 4th.
We do go into a green-white checkered. If you do not know what that means, it adds a few laps on to the end of the race, and it gives you a chance to go green, white, and checkered. The 88, I think he just got a penalty.
The 88? No, there's no way. Dude.
He exited the pit lane. I don't know if he exited safely, but he looked like he was above the line when he hit the blue line.
He did not get a penalty.
Okay. Well, from the looks of it, it looked like he was above that blue line. So...
But
Oh,
the
man.
98 looks like he stayed out. He, of course, pitted the latest out of everybody. He's going to stay out on 2 tires that are only 10 laps old.
He is taking the outside lane. Or no, is he?
No, he's taking the... What is...
New tires, old tires. What do you do, Jordan?
I think the 88 still can play this. He needs to time it right. Of course, first car and 4 fresh tires. He still has a chance of winning this, but this really opens the door for someone like Ethan outside front row on 2 tires to sneak away with one.
Oh. Well, pull those belts tight one more time, I guess, because Jordan and Nathan, we're about to have one heck of a finish here. The one week I do not go with the number 26 for my pick to win, he's in the top 5. Coming to a green-white checker.
Oh, here we go. And we are green.
Green flag back out here at overtime. Oh, DG got a poor start on that. That's going to make him fall back. But here comes the 97 on the outside lane, making it 3 wide going into 1. That 88.
Okay, well, This is going to be insane. Here we go.
Daniel to the inside of the
Oh!
88.
They are driving those trucks off as hard as they can to get any position they can get.
White flag going to be displayed this time by coming off a turn 4, the 47 with the advantage out front. That will sneak the lead away from the 98, but here comes the 3. White flag is out here at Auto Club.
Who is going to win it? Is the 88 going to slide drop this? What's going to happen?
I don't know yet.
The 3 does. The 3 does on the 47.
Oh, heads up 47. Door banging, 3 wide on the backstretch.
The 08. The 08 chooses the 47, chooses to help the 47.
4 wide going into 3. Off a turn 3 and 4 one final time here at Auto Club. They are racing 4 wide further back in the pack, but the battle's going to be up front. They are wrecking up front. Everybody piled up. 37. Oh my God. 08 takes the win.
Dude, what an insane finish. The 08
The
wins
entire
race.
field caught up off of turn 4. We're going to go back one.
Oh my God, dude. Hold on, let's see what happened initially. Okay, so they didn't get 3 wide, and it looks like he gets a little loose, and then Danny gets into him. Oh my God, dude.
That it was just on from there, but I'm more interested what happened here to the 88. Air got under the 88, and then here they came down the front stretch. It was just carnage left and right.
The 80 got the worst of it.
Oh my God.
Running it down the front stretch. Oh my God, he's gonna be so freaking mad after that,
I am
dude.
more wondering what happened with the 2. We're gonna go on board with the 2. It was gonna be a finish and a heck.
A finish and a half for sure. Oh my goodness, dude.
It was just chaos. As we have some drivers confused at what was going on. Oh my God. What a way to end Auto Club with the green-white checker and everybody piling up off of turn 4. But we're going to take this opportunity to go for a quick ad break, and we'll be back for your top 3 interview.
Good Lord.
All right, we're back here live from Auto Club Speedway. Now, Jordan, we had one heck of a finish where a lot of people did end up piling up. However, it was still a very, very good race. So, we'll do...
Yeah, it was a very clean race up until the last 5 laps, where we, of course, had the one caution and the whatever big wreck we had coming to the checkered flag. Had 3 green flag pit stop in total this race, so we got to see a lot of strategy play out. Got to see the 88, who was my pick, really showed that he knew what he was doing on strategy, able to maintain at least a 2-second lead for the last 40 laps of the race up until the green-white checkered. So,
Yeah.
88 put on another dominant performance. Of course, you had Ethan, who also was up there in the top 5, but deserving that win. Daniels, even with his mistakes, getting a top 5. And DG had a top 5 run going for a majority of the race, over 90% of it, and it falls away at the very end.
Yeah. But, it's racing, it happens. But I guess I'm going to start pulling people in. Finishing third here tonight, we have number 98 of Chris Roberge. Chris, you got another top 3, my man. You're looking pretty good going into the chase, which is in about 4 weeks when the normal point season is finally over. So, how do you feel tonight, man?
It was stressful from the very dead last of the start of the race. Start from last. I just trying to take it easy, trying to save tires. It was okay. I'm a long run car, so Chuck, you guys noticed that. So I might as well try to stay as long as I could. Get some points for leading laps. Of course, it helps a bit with the playoffs points when it comes to there. So I might as well just try stick it in there. I picked it last time. I took the right sides because that's the only one that's wearing off so fast. So I decided to stick it in there and just hopefully to God just to make it through to the end, and I did, and I'm kind of surprised I got third out of that. Almost second. I think number 2 was going sideways, so almost had him, but it's all right. Third is pretty good too.
Well, next week is Rockingham. We're kind of back to a short track, so hopefully it's not as chaotic as it was at Iowa. But once again, it's a throwback race. Do you have any throwback paints in mind, or are you just going to kind of stick with the same paint scheme you've had all season so far?
I might change a different manufacturer. I might go try to do the Dodge and maybe the old Casey Kane car, the 9 truck. The number 9 car that he was driving before, so I might drive that one. But it's going to be 98 instead, but it's all right.
That is true, and we had an impressive run, and obviously, as you said, you're a long run guy, and we saw you up there quite a ways until the end when that last last caution did come out, unfortunately.
Yeah, when that last caution came out, I just said, I already pitted earlier in the other the green stop there. I decided to just take 2. And and then when the yellow came out, I just stayed out there just to see how long I could hold it for. I did hold it for a little while, and then I was going way back, further. I said, okay, well, see what happens. And, well, wrecks coming like left and right, center, like in the back stretch. There was a little fender bender there, little getting someone loose up there. So I kind of get by those guys, and then the big one right near the line, and I just barely just passed the and took the third place spot, of course.
Well, before we go here tonight, is there any friends, family, sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yes, the STS, my guys, my racing team there, Matthew, there's Ryan. I know Ryan's not on my team. There's Martin, Jordan Martin. I know he's not on my team, but they're all watching. Dan, he's just taking a break. So he's just cheering me on. All my friends from my Black Top RP guys, they're watching me too. They're GTA 5M guys, so they've been watching me. Other supports are my wife. My biggest support is my wife and the godson of my Frank.
All right. Well, good job tonight, and next week hopefully we pull you back in for another top 3 interview, and we'll see you at Rockingham.
Oh yeah, there's a bumpy track, just so you guys know. If it's hot, sunny day, it'd be slick and it'd be a lot of slipping and sliding on that turn 1 for sure. Turn 2 for sure.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out here tonight. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you next week.
Finishing second in the number 2, Clapper, or not Clapper, Jeremy Clapper Newell. Jeremy, that was one heck of a finish coming to the line there. And that was pretty impressive with you finishing in the top 5 alongside your teammate of the number 08 of Ethan Evers.
Not really teammates, but I'll take it.
Oh, I thought you guys were teammates. Sorry. Well,
I'm really good friends with that group, so
okay.
I'll take it.
Well, going into Rockingham next week, which we saw you up front here and there during this race, would you say Rockingham is one of your stronger tracks compared to Auto Club, or do you think it's going to be one of your more weaker tracks?
No, I love Rockingham. I've been testing there, so bring it on.
Well, and speaking of Rockingham, it's also a throwback race. Are you going to have any throwback paint schemes in mind going into that race, or are you just going to kind of run what the paint scheme you had tonight on there?
I have something in mind.
So top secret, huh?
Yep, top secret until next week.
Well, that is fair. Other than that, we had great green flag runs tonight, and you seem to do pretty well on the long run. Are you more so a long run driver, or are you more into the short runs when it comes to this kind of stuff?
I really love the long run. It brings the pace out in me.
Well, that is true. But yeah, you did pretty good tonight. And Jordan, is there anything you'd like to add on to this?
I don't have anything. Think did well. He stayed out of trouble late on in the race. Managed to survive the last lap of chaos and come through with a great result.
Well, that is very true. And Jeremy, before you go here tonight, is there any friends, family, sponsors you'd like to thank?
I just want to thank you guys for putting the league on. It's one of the good ones around so far on Friday nights. I just want to thank Team Watson Racing setups. They're not on the truck tonight, but they're going to be. And I'm going to thank DG Swiss because he's the one that made this paint. So shout out to him.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week at Rockingham, and hopefully pull you back in for another top 3 interview.
Thank you, guys.
As we just had a little bit of an incident. But finishing first here tonight, we have a number 08 of Ethan Evers. Ethan, late race caution, brought a lot of chaos, and you're finishing first.
Yeah, I mean, the late race caution kind of helped us. The 88 had that field pretty much wrapped up, so hate it for that guy, you know, but
Yeah.
he was pretty good. But we'll take it. I mean, Dalton, teammate of mine, told us to make a 2-tire change there instead of 4. We went with 2. Probably wouldn't have really made a difference, but we started on the outside, so that, I believe, helped us get around some of those guys. The bottom was tough to pass due to air package, but top was key there.
So, going into Rockingham next week, which it is a throwback week, do you have any throwbacks in mind by chance, or is that going to be kind of top secret?
I'm sure my man DG Swiss can cook me up a great throwback. He's the one that does all my paints, so I'm sure he'll cook me up something good for this Ram.
That is fair. Would you say Rockingham is one of your stronger tracks, or more so weaker ones?
Probably a weaker one. I'm more of a super speedway guy, so that's why I would do pretty well at Auto Club and last week. So, you know, probably not going to be as strong, but you know, maybe we'll trick some people.
All right. Well, before we let you go here tonight, is there any friends, family, sponsors you'd like to thank?
Shout out to you guys for broadcasting this, putting the league on. Appreciate you having us. Shout out to DG for painting us up and letting us be on the team and inviting us. Shout out to Fort Worth Screen Printing on our car. You know, appreciate y'all for having us.
No problem. You know, next week, Rockingham, we'll see how well you do there. And, you know, we'll see you next week.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right, that's going to do it here tonight for round number 5 on Auto Club. Next week, we're at The Rock for 200 laps, and it's also a throwback race. So, going to be plenty of action, plenty of racing, and yeah, it's also throwback weekend, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that as well. But we'll see you all next week for Rockingham. And remember, if you do like this, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell if you want to continue following this series. But we also have another series, the Bonehead Racing Dirt Tour, that runs Wednesday nights. So we'll see you guys next week at Rockingham.